What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Salute to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson. A few days ago, he dropped this tweet on his Twitter in response to someone that was asking about any advice that he could give them. And Chad said in this tweet, have relations on the first date instead of wasting each other's time to see if you're compatible, trying to impress one another with this perfect representative of yourself that has no red flags, which 90% of the time is a crock of shit. Now, I know that there's a good amount of you that are gonna listen to that and you're gonna roll your eyes. I saw this tweet put up on a blog on Instagram, and there were a lot of women that were really upset. They were mad. Like, how dare he tell men to want to have relations on the, on the first date, or women for that matter. And if you look at what Chad is saying, okay, I'm not saying that Chad is the go-to guy for dating advice, but he's a guy who's dealt with a lot of women throughout his life. So I can understand his perspective more than somebody who's married and they've only been with one woman for like 20 years and they're trying to tell you the right way to go about things, right? I'm just saying, I'd rather get advice from guys that's dated a ton of women than guys that used to date a ton of women, okay, before social media. But what Chad is basically saying is that men need to stop wasting time. And I'm going to say it as if he's speaking to men, right? Because I bring you content from male perspective. Basically, Chad is saying you don't need to get your time wasted. Neither one of you, men or women, need to be wasting your time playing games. Now, men don't play games. If a man is taking a woman out on a date, 9 times out of 10, he does want to have relations with her. But a lot of times, women will play games. Women will play games just for free dates or for attention, right? Because she's sleeping with somebody. The majority of these women are not celibate. Don't believe that. A lot of these women are sleeping with somebody. So they like to have that. So they're not really pressed for it. So they will go on dates with a lot of different guys and they won't sleep with any of them. And I think what Chad is saying is that instead of us going on these dates, getting to know each other for information that we're never going to utilize, it's just like when you go to college to learn things you're never going to use, right? Or you in school, or you graduate high school and you've learned a bunch of stuff you can't really take with you in life, right? I think that's what he's saying when it comes to dating. I don't think dating is some type of science. I just think that for the most part, people have to really know what they want. And if you are a man that knows what you want, then you're not going to want to be tied down in a situation where you're groveling and you're working for her to accept you and to accept dating you. I don't think that men should have to put themselves in that situation, but a lot of guys end up doing that to their own detriment. Let's look at some of the responses. Someone said, sure, if the first date includes $500,000 in expenditures on me and my desires, then I will know we could be compatible and you're not wasting my time. He was until he wasn't. Someone said, calls Kevin Samuels. Didn't say death before death. Okay. They met Johnson before they met Chad. Okay. Let's see. Wrong answer. What it do it within 3 dates, no more than 3 dates for sure. As a rule, always remember this quote: a couple plays together, stays together. No buts or ifs. It works for me. Well, it may not work for everybody. It depends on what you're looking for. Again, Chad is speaking from his perspective. Is that the type of strategy most men should use? No, I think that, to me, you should only be going on dates with women that you see as relationship material. I think if you just want to, honestly, I think that if you just want to have relations with a woman, then you need to tell that woman up front. I do believe so. You need to be honest with her. Going on dates, and that's the thing. Going on dates it is a waste of time because you have to plan it out, and then you have a certain work schedule. They have a certain work schedule. If you're just doing all that just to sleep with a woman, you are wasting your time, and she will waste your time. You give women enough opportunity, they're going to waste a whole lot of your time. That's why I'm all about being honest with women. I mean, I'm not, and again, this is only for the women that you see as somebody you just want to sleep with. Because there are guys out there that want to get in relationships. There are guys out there that want to get married. Then those are the type of women that if you want to take the time to get to know her, then fine. But again, Chad is a guy who's dated a ton of women throughout his life. He's coming from a perspective of, I don't have time for you, to be wasting my time or yours. I got things I'm doing. I'm a man who has considerable high value. I have a lot of women that want to get with me. You have to be special for me to be wining and dining you. And I just think that a lot of women today aren't on that. They're not relationship material. I think there's a lot of women, a lot of Western women nowadays who are not dating material whatsoever. They don't need to be dating nobody. They don't need to be nowhere near a relationship. But they go out and lie and pretend like that's what they want when they're still in love with their ex. Listen, it's really a red flag when you on a date with a woman and she's bringing up her ex randomly. That lets you know that she's still in love with that guy. So you're not getting nowhere near her box. So again, you're wasting your time. Let's go back here. See, this is why you're my hero. Real shit though. Great advice. There we go. Sound advice. Ocho for the win. My N-word Chad. Been dating myself a lot lately. Damn right, bro. Attaboy Chad. So he's getting a pats on the back. But I just think that Chad is bringing his own perspective. We all need to do that. We all need to see dating as a way to figure out what we want. Do we want a woman to be in a relationship with, or we just looking to smash? Don't waste your time whining and dining a woman that you just trying to smash. Especially if you have a lot of women that's trying to get at you. If you already got a grouping of women that you deal with regularly, and you meet a girl that you want to add to that, why are you whining and dining her? That makes no sense at all. Why would you even waste, especially if you're a busy man? If you work a lot and you're focusing on building what you have, and you already got women that you see regularly, the only type of women that you should be taking on dates are women that you see as girlfriend material. Now, Chad might be saying this for all women, but again, he may not be speaking on it in full context, because I'm sure that he's taking women on dates that he's wanted to be in relationships with, but I think that he sees a difference. Now, there could be situations where you meet a girl, you take on the first date, and y'all have relations, and then it blossoms to a relationship. I've heard of that too. I've heard of people getting together after having relations on the first date. That's not how it always works. A lot of times that chemistry is just so undeniable that you just want to be around each other, and then it grows. That can happen. I don't think there's anything wrong with having relations on the first date, if that's what the both of you want. Now, whatever happens after that is totally up to the both of you. But if you're taking a girl on a date and it happens, it happens. Because usually if you can read people, basic body language, you'll know if somebody's into you by the questions they ask you and by how comfortable they are with you, because that makes you more comfortable to be honest with them and tell them what you feel and what you want to get into, right? But again, Chad is coming from a place from a guy who's been an athlete all his life. He's been able to get women based off of his natural ability. He's not tricking off on women like that. I'm sure he's taken women on dates, but I'm sure he's probably smashed a lot on the first date.